Aloha and welcome to the Sakamoto Properties website. Today we're in the process of trying to update, come into the current century. Seems like every time we blink, we're back out of the century. And we're working on video blogging. You know, we've done quite a bit, but today we just wanted to update, answer a bunch of questions that are coming into us from you, and introduce you to, on video blog, Elizabeth Quayle with Sakamoto Properties. Hello, Elizabeth.
Hello.
Okay.
I'm here, still here.
So
After
Elizabeth,
6 years
it's
here.
6 years. I think it's actually a little over 6 years, but let's go with that. So what we're trying to do is, I want you to know a little bit about Elizabeth, what she does, how long she's been in real estate. She also has some great television advertising where she says, what's your motto on there?
I'm one of the luckiest people that gets to. I'm one of the lucky people that gets to live here on Maui full time.
Yeah, I mean, every time somebody repeats that to me, and they just say, oh, every time I hear that, that's who I want to be. I want to be one of Elizabeth Quayle's lucky people that gets to live on Maui full time. It's fabulous.
Well, and gratitude is everything.
Yes.
In order to really thrive in life, whether it's business, love, family, to me, that underlying issue is always what propels you into happiness, which then spreads and comes back to you.
It does. So, meanwhile, what I'd kind of like to talk a little bit about with Elizabeth. Elizabeth is one of our great agents. She's done top sales. She's sold Oceanfront Properties. Amazing. But she's kept that heart with what's really going on in Maui, where the first-time home buyer, the person that really needs a home, and you step in with that person, whether they walk in the office or call you. I mean, I've seen you with people and how much it matters, whether it's helping someone sell a property that's been in the family for a long time, or the first-time home buyer buying a property such as that.
Well, I think that we have so many choices of very high-end properties because the end of the island where we live tends to be very luxurious. But there's always that first-time home buyer. I was a single parent with 2 young teenage children when I moved here. I know what it takes to have to work to buy a home for your family and 2 to 3 jobs, etc., etc. To me, there is no greater joy than helping somebody get their first home. Actually, whether it's a little condominium for somebody dipping their toe in the water of possibly being here full time, or somebody who lives here and they're working 2 to 3 jobs just so that they can get their first home. I love being able to do this. I think it makes me feel like I'm a part of the community, and in most cases people are going to step up and or move at one point. We have a very limited inventory, and with affordable housing it's very easy to determine exactly where it is that my client is going to fit. It could be in Kahului, it could be in Wailuku, it could be in Haiku, it could be in Makawao. Most of the time we tend to work in West Maui, but we're never afraid to reach out because it's all about what they want.
You know, one of the questions that I've heard you talk to people about is financing. You know, so the minute somebody's walked in and is asking any one of us, and I'm going to say right now, Elizabeth, you know, how do they get started? How do they possibly get started in trying to buy a property on Maui? And I think one of your first answers is always, we need to get you qualified with a lender.
Absolutely. You have to know your parameters. You have to be able to hold somebody's hand through the process if they're not familiar with it. But that is the most important part. You need to know how much you can spend so then we can turn around and go find the exact piece of property for you. We're very lucky in that we have some excellent, very reputable lenders on this island, and they will too put their arms around your client and help it happen for them.
I think some of the lenders that we're working with, which would be things like First Hawaiian Mortgage, even, you know, First Hawaiian Bank, Bank of Hawaii, there's a number of different lenders that we refer someone to. But I think a really interesting thing is, you know, getting the person in there, sitting down, figuring out the perimeters, as you said just a minute ago, and figuring out as close to an exact figure. Don't you feel it kind of breaks someone's heart when you just try to show them properties first and then it's totally out of their price range?
Yeah, I just don't think it's not the way to approach it. Because instead of giving them a solution, you're handing them a problem. People need to have answers, and that's our job. It's our job to make sure that they see a clear picture and that somebody is holding their hand to make it through the process.